Alright, hey everyone, this is Ash. Welcome back to the King's Speech. So no big preamble here. We're going to dive straight into the Kaiju number 8 chapters. I just finished recording the video reactions for Spy Family, so expect all of these ones to drop on the channel at some point this evening. Yes, without further ado, let us dive into Kaiju number 8, chapter 56 by Naoya Matsumoto, with translation by David Evelyn and lettering by Brandon Bovia. And we pick up this chapter, slaking the thirst of many fans. So we see Vice Captain Hoshina just sheathing both of his swords as you see his rippling back muscles. And we have Vice Captain Hoshina. As nerdy glasses girl Okanogi comes running in, and Hoshina's like, "What's the matter, Okanogi? You look pale." And she's like, "It's awakened. Number 10. Number 10 has regained consciousness in captivity." And you see all the scientists just looking on in surprise at the little containment tank where number 10's eyes kind of just glaring at them all. And Hoshina's like, "That a fact? And see if you can get any info on number 9 or the other kaiju out of it." And Okanogi's like, "Well, about that. It says it won't speak to anyone but you, Vice Captain." And he's like, "It what?" And you see him heading into the observation room. Do you have a fortitude level of 5.7? Unbelievable. Even in that state is capable of emitting this much energy? And you have, God, why do I never remember her name? Oh, give me 1 second here really quick. Mina. Yeah. You have Mina just going, you have a scientist dude going, "It's not going to regenerate, is it?" Mina's like, "Don't worry. The core is too damaged for that to happen." Jeff, "Open up." It's like, "Vice Captain, Roger." And you see Hoshina just casually walking in as he goes, "So you're finally awake, eh? Sure had one sound nap, didn't you, Kaiju number 10? And he's kind of just glaring up at it. And it just lets out a loud "Urgh!" scream to try and, I guess, intimidate him. And you see a rattle as a shockwave is just kind of emanating out. "Jeff, this pressure, it's unreal. So this is an identified class threat. The Vice Captain went hand to hand with a monster like this?" And he just looks unimpressed. He's like, "Keep it down, dumbass. Do that again and I'll cut your ass down." And number 10 just burst out laughing with a "Gwahahaha! Swordman, I knew you weren't like the others. I would have loved to feed on you for sustenance." You have Okanogi going, "Please be careful, sir. We're not sure what it might do." "Jeff, I'm going to cut to the chase. There's a kaiju we call number 9. If you know anything about this kaiju, then spit it out." And he just holds up a picture of Mr. Mushroom. And you see 10 just looking at it for a second before he goes, "Sure, I don't mind. I was created by them after all." Oh. And you see all of them just reacting to this in surprise. He has created. He goes, "But on one condition. Let me out of here and fight with me." And you see them all just looking at him as he goes, "Afraid I can't do that. Besides, with that damaged core of yours, you're not capable of regenerating enough to be in fighting condition." He goes, "No, I already know that. That isn't what I meant. Your group has the technology to weaponize my body, right?" "I knew it! Knew it!" He goes, "You will weaponize and wear me. Hand your body over to me." He's just like reaching out to him from the glass. Oh, such an epic panel. Oh, like, love it. And you see a kaiju asking to be weaponized? Jeff Okanogi going, "This is too risky, Vice Captain. Weaponizing a kaiju with a will of its own is unprecedented. We have no idea what effect it would have on the user." And he goes, "My fight with you was fun. It was like being in a dream." It's like, "Get real. That wasn't fun in the least." Number 10's like, "Enough with your worthless lies. I fought you, so I know. You were clearly enjoying the fight too." And you see Yoshina just reacting in surprise to this as he goes, "You and I are alike. I'm certain you can understand. So long as a thrilling, blood-pumping battle is in store, it doesn't matter if you're up against a human or a kaiju." And you see all of them just looking at him. As Hoshino just kind of side eyes and goes, "Give me some time. Sit tight." As he walks out, he goes, "Okanogi, dear, the hell's with that thing? It scares the crap out of me. It's like, I mean, who loves fighting that freaking much? It was really hounding me too. And on top of that, I felt like I was in physical danger." It's like, oh, it's like, boy, I sure don't want to wear that thing. The absolute, like, worst fake acting ever. It's like, "I'm opposed as well. Not only is there no precedent for this, we also have no idea what it might be scheming. Then there's the risk of it actually taking control of your body to consider." And he's just sitting there cross-armed, leaning against the door as he goes, "Even so, that thing is the only source of information we have. I guess sacrifices have to be made." And he goes, "Captain, I'm going to agree to its demands." Mina's like, "Okay then, we'll wager on your decision. I'll request that headquarters weaponize number 10. And he walks back into it and goes, "Sheesh, sure got myself one weird admirer." And he goes, "Talk." It's like, "It's a deal then? Fine." And Hoshino goes, "But let's make one thing clear. You ain't going to be using me. I'm going to be using you." And you see him just grinning as Kaiju number 10 is grinning at him. And you have Kaiju number 8, episode 6, the compatible user. Oh, so goddamn excited. Alright. Alright, so first things first. I knew it. I called it. Man, I was speculating on this at the end of the last chapter. And I didn't think we'd get confirmation so quickly. But I love the fact that we do, and I love the fact that we're getting these two absolute meatheads playing into the very trope I love of, like, you know, characters who just live for a good fight. I cannot wait to see what this partnership is going to be like. Which I then guess brings up the question of what kind of weapon are they going to make number 10 into? Because from the way the conversation went, like the way it sounds like they're going to make him into a suit of some kind, which I assume will, like, allow him to, you know, like, will basically enhance all of his physical capabilities, which I guess would make sense, you know, given that Hoshin has already kind of got all these, like, skills and stuff he can utilize. It would make sense to kind of just give him a weapon or something that he can basically take that to, you know, superhuman, even greater superhuman levels. But I also kind of want him to kind of, like, get a sword. Like, I want the horn of number 10 to be turned into a sword while the rest of him gets turned into maybe like an armor suit. Like, I'm thinking of anyone that's watched Naruto, if you know, was it Kisame and Samehada, like the shark sword he used. I kind of want, like, that same kind of dynamic with these two, where he's got, like, this funky looking sword that's got, like, its own personality and its own will. So I'm hoping that's the direction they're gonna go. But I guess I'll have to wait and see kind of which direction the series itself is actually gonna go. But that then brings me, I guess, to the other question, clarification about this. Because, again, like, this was something I speculated, like, way, way back when Kafka was fighting with Isawa, and I was speculating on, you know, the fact that maybe the kaiju that infected Kafka was reacting to, you know, the presence, or, like, the will, whatever you want to call it, of kaiju number 2 more so than anything else. And that was what was causing it to go berserk, because it potentially had some kind of grudge against, you know, the kaiju for being experimented on. So the fact that number 9 also confirms, like, you know, he was created by kaiju, possibly something else. We don't fully know yet. You know, if this number 9 was a human that turned into a kaiju, or an experiment, or something else entirely. So we don't know. Like, this brings up more questions than it has given us answers to. Because number 9 said, like, oh, you know, I want to get the great kaiju power for myself, blah, blah, blah. And based on, like, what we know, like, the human system is like, oh, great kaiju are, like, all the ones that have a fortitude over this much, blah, blah, blah. But I wonder if the kaiju have, like, their own different classifications on like what the great kaiju are, like how to get like the great kaiju power and stuff like that. So I'm hoping will eventually start learning more about like the kaiju side of things and like how their society, if they have one, or like their system, whatever, how it operates and like how they clarify and classify things among themselves. I think that is going to be potentially interesting when we delve into that more. But yeah, like this, I think this kind of partially confirms a lot of ideas and theories I've had and put out, and also kind of raises a couple of more questions and mysteries about their validity. So we'll see on which kind of side like the series lands when it eventually we get the answers to that. But the fact that we ended this with Kaiju, like the episode 6 little title tag at the end, makes me think we're gonna start getting into the next arc with the next chapter. I'm hoping there's potentially going to be a time skip. Like we're going to see like the characters will be like, oh, a couple of months have passed, so we'll get to see like all their power ups and everything out in the field. But yeah, I have absolutely no idea what to expect. I'm absolutely loving it. Cannot wait to see what this partnership is going to look like. Like I'm just so excited for it. But I guess one last theory before I close this out, because I feel like I might have speculated on this before, maybe not. But I feel like we're eventually going to see that, the humans who partner with the kaiju will be it more powerful if they work with their partner rather than like, opposing them or trying to overpower them. I feel like that's definitely going to be the case with both Kafka and Hoshino, like the fact that they're kind of, their partners will kind of come to a mutual understanding of like what they want, what they desire will allow them to kind of like draw out more of the power than someone that isn't as like compatible with whatever armor kaiju stuff that they're wearing. So it'll be interesting to see if that is going to factor into it at all. Like I said, though, super excited. Cannot wait to see what's going to happen next. But yeah. Yes, with that said, as always, if you like my content, please do like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. So close to kind of getting over that 150 subscriber hump again. So if anyone wants to help me out with that, that would be greatly appreciated. Like I mentioned in my Spy Family videos, I will try to get back to doing read-throughs and stuff when I can. But like I mentioned in those videos, Horizon Forbidden West and Elden Ring both have come out recently, so that's going to occupy a lot of my attention for the next little while. But in between breaks, when I need breaks from both of those, maybe during that time, I'll do some read-throughs to kind of re-energize myself. But like I said, keep an eye on the channel. I'll do announcements and stuff closer to any days before any of that stuff happens. And with all that said, this is Ash. Until next time, talk to you all later.